Hello everyone, welcome to Malts and Meeples. I'm Petter, and welcome to another board gaming live stream here, where I'm going to be taking on the roll and write game, which is at the beginning, Paper Dungeons. This is a 1 to 8 player game from Alley Cat Games, and I think there's a couple, Meeple BR as well for the production of it. And this is actually one you can play along with if you're interested. If you have the game, have a sheet, you're able to pull it off and play along. But before I get to that, let's talk about today's drink. And you can see kind of what today's drink is hiding right here in the corner with the orange Jameson. So this is a drink that I was planning on trying yesterday. Ended up not drinking it yesterday. And here we have an orange Jameson and cream soda mixed drink. Which, by the way, is phenomenal because it's a little bit like a orange creamsicle, dreamsicle, orange and ice cream almost flavor to it. Just really good. It's the best way I've found thus far to drink orange Jameson. Granted, I've only tried it straight. Otherwise, I think it could work well in some cocktails. And before we get down to the table, again, I want to pull out this little box right here. This came via FedEx or UPS today, Kickstarter delivery. That at the end, my plan is to open this. I think we're going to get through probably 2 games of Paper Dungeons, and I'm actually going to be working my way through the quest, or through the campaign, that you can have over 12 different games of these little cards. So, let's get down to the table and see what's happening. Alright. I almost have the board set up here, and I'll explain what I'm doing as I go, but I'm not going to go through and teach the game to start. The 2 things I have left to do are grab power and objectives. So you get a choice of 2 powers and 2 objectives. So, objectives, I can get 2, 4, or 6 points depending on how many corners of the dungeon I've explored, or 2, 4, or 6 points depending on how many traps, walls, or rivers I have moved through. I'm going with that one. And with that then also sets what dice I have to use to level up my heroes. The wizard and fighter need a white die, and then the cleric and rogue need a black dice. So for example, this die here with the rogue symbol on it would not work because it is white color. All right. Ooh. So I have 2 things here that I can choose from. I'm gonna pick. So Scout would allow me to move through any of these trap locations without taking any damage. I'm gonna pass on that one for this one to just allow me to start leveling up characters, and I can level up 2 characters once immediately. for sure the fighter, because the Minotaur here is weak to fighters. Seeing the symbol right there. And then I'm going to do Wizard as well. The reason for doing Wizard as well is that once you hit level 4 of the Wizard, you can start to ignore the dice colors, which is really good. That also then gives me 2 additional health. So your health is basically your character levels. And that's all I'm going to say thus far, and let's get into this. Oh, I'm just one last thing before we're ready. We have our story for the first time around. It has always been notoriously dangerous to journey the Great Road. It spans many miles through the Western Kingdom, and the Royal Guard is unable to keep in check all the beasts and their minions hidden along the paths. While the local townsfolk rarely travel the roads unaccompanied, glory-hungry heroes can commonly be found at many of its milestones, hunting villains to earn glory. But nowhere along the Great Road is more dangerous than the ancient Dartima fortress. Legend has it that an ancestral watcher guards the crumbling ruins of Dartima. But that isn't the only monster lurking in the dark. Heroes will have their wits about them, to resist the seductive vampire and sharpen their swords for battle against a ferocious Minotaur. Confronting these formidable foes will be a challenge even to the bravest heroes of the realm. Are your heroes up for the task? So, we get to set up the board here. That is placing the different monsters that you fight along the way, as well as placing additional walls. So the dungeon that you're going through changes up as you go. Set that off to the side. We won't need it anymore. We have the story. So the first thing you always do is you look and see how many skulls you have. Of course, there are 2, so I immediately start out by taking 2 damage. Next, I can spend 3 dice. So those 3 slots, those dice. I could increase my cleric by 1. Ooh, we're gonna go craft twice for cleric, because that can be any color, and we now have the ability to jump over rivers. And then I hate not to use that 3 move. Oh yeah, we're gonna use this 3 move coming in here. So we have to fight this monster. It's a level 3 monster. You can kind of see the number down here, against wizards. So I'm going to take a damage, which means I'm going to lose a point for being at that level. But now I kill that monster, and I get 2 potions. And because I'm using this, I can move up to 3 spaces. So I'm going to hop up here. I have to take 3 damage, but I can use those newly gathered potions to do that. Killed another monster, and right now I've killed 2 monsters, 2 different levels, and I get a gem. And then I have a third movement to go up here. I take a damage, but that then allows me to level up. It's going to be for my fighter. And that's all 3 dice. So currently I've gone through 1 trap space and 1 water space. And 1 more damage. So if my damage ever passes my health, I die, and I have to fill in this square at the bottom to deal 3. But this gives me some pretty good options here. Lucky can be used as anything, which, let's see. I'm gonna get my fighter to level 4. So I'm 8 there. Now I always deal 1 more damage when fighting a boss. I'm going to brew 2 potions, because when you spend a die on a potion, making a potion, you get 2, and that finishes this row, which gives me a level up, which I'm going to use for the cleric. And then finally, I have 3 feet of movement. And I want to make sure after 3 turns that I have gone through spot 1. Because if I've gone through spot 1, then I get to fight the Minotaur. And that's one of the ways you get points. And so I'll be talking about that in a second here. That gives me 2 damage. Another potion, and another level up. Do that for the cleric. So the cleric, when you reach level 4, you no longer have to worry about damage from skulls, which is nice. Because there's another skull. So, interesting combination here. I can't use this one. I have 2/3 movement. And all of these are fairly separate. Well, for sure, I'm moving 3. 1, 2, 3. For my first die. I'm going to try and do better about checking off dice here. So, cleric monster, a level 3, which I've already defeated a level 3. So I haven't completed this objective yet. Haven't claimed 4 gems yet. I haven't gone through 15 dungeon rooms yet. But I get to level somebody else up. Do the cleric. And then I get to work on crafting an item. So now I can use that die, the fighter die, to finish crafting the fighter item, which allows me +3 damage against the boss monster. So I'm at +4 just from that. And I can either do something with this rogue die, oh man, I kind of want to do this. I won't use the rogue die then. I move 3 here. It's be a little brutal to do this right now, but we're going riskier here. So I beat the level 4 monster. The level 5, I'm taking 4 damage. Not the best play on my behalf, probably. I've completed 2 gems with that. And I get a level up. Oh, so I'm going to be taking 1 less damage when I fight this guy than I thought. But the reason for doing this, now I've defeated 3 monsters of different levels on turn 3, so I've completed that. And there's a little track here along the side that tells you how many points you scored. Plus, I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. 12 when it comes to spaces that I've moved through. So I'm getting close to being able to complete the 15. I'm getting close to being able to complete the 4 gems. And I'm doing really well on my move through obstacles and things like that. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which means I'm at 4 points for that. Remember, I took 1 less damage than it says, so I technically still have 1 potion spot to fill in, which now we calculate to see how much damage I do to the Minotaur. Now let me first check where my health should be at, because this will matter, potentially. So Minotaur is weak against fighters, which means my fighter levels deal double damage. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm in that last category. I get 6 points and take 1 damage, filling in that 1 spot. And the Minotaur is defeated. However, since I'm playing solo, the first 2 levels of monsters get rid of gems. If I haven't picked them up by the time that I kill them, those gems are gone. So we lost this gem over here. So that's the first part of the game right there. That's the first 3 rounds. I roll. I don't take damage from the skull. That is just now a dead die for me. And the vampire is weak against clerics. I already have 4 cleric levels, not bad. Interesting. So, I could get 1 more wizard level if I wanted to. I could move, but I don't really want to move this round. I don't think if I don't have to. So I'm going to do a potion. Fill in 2 spots with this one. Then I'm going to spend 2 just to craft here. Allows me to level up another character. So I'm almost to the point where I don't have to worry about the side of the die that I have showing. So that was all 3 dice. Like I said, I'm bad about crossing those off. I'm good about remembering how many dice I've used, but bad about crossing them off. 1 dead die to me. So I'm going to have to start moving soon here. I could use those 2 rogue dice just to... I'm going to level up or craft that ability with those 2 dice. And then, I'm going to use this one to give myself a final level there on Wizard, it's not a final level. I can go higher, though I'm going to want to bump Rogue up so that I can get that last gem. And that's all of them there. Now, for sure this time, I have to go into spot 2. I was really hoping to get some feet. Did not. So let's see. So I'm going to use 2 to move, like so. Gets me a crafting. Then, see, they're getting rid of F and G, so I want to for sure go up there. I'm going to use, so I use that to move. I'm going to use this to level up my fighter. Normally I couldn't, but for the fact that now I can ignore the color of the dice. And then I'm going to spend this last one for 2 more movement. Well, I forgot to take my 2 damage along the way. I defeat him. I gain that gem F. And I get another potion. So the reason for doing that is, well, 1, now this is round 6. And I have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I have completed the 4 gems and the dungeon rooms at the same time, round 6. 3 points for completing both of those. Normally it's just the first person to complete it gets 4. So now we've spent all our dice. Let's calculate our damage against the vampire. And I think I should be at 15 health. So, damage against the vampire here. I have 5 plus 8 for 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 7, and 2 damage. Then we lose gem G, and we're down to the Watcher. I don't have much I want to explore left, which is fairly rare for me. Normally I spend like the last chunk of the game exploring, because if I can say I can move 3 here, I would get to the point where I could fight the boss, I would craft something, and I would have gotten a gem, but that gem's gone now, so it's still a decent move, especially if I could then move, say, 3 again and craft and get that gem C. But that depends on what happens in the final 2 rounds here. Okay, I have a movement of 3 plus 2 wilds. So, for sure we're doing the movement of 3. Doing precisely what I explained last time. Get to craft something, which actually allows me to kill 2 monsters anywhere on the board. And get those rewards. Get a potion. So I've used that. So that comes at the cost of -1 points there, but it's not a huge negative. So let's see. I'd like to get my fighter up 2 levels. So those are the last 2 dice I'm spending. Which, when I hit level 4 on fighter, I gain a gem, which gets me a point there. So I think I'll just do a level wizard here. All right, let's see. Here we go. We got 3 movement. Which I'm going to use. 1, 2, 3. Easily defeat the bad guy. Which, that is the other thing I have to do here real quick, is count up how many bad guys I've killed. Because I've been forgetting to check this off. So that's the first thing. So looking at that then, doing the quick count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This could be very high scoring for me. So I've spent 1 die so far. Have this wild. I'd like to finish this off because that's a lot of points, but this is also, if I complete 2 more of those, that's giving me points there. I don't think I have any good spot to level up. If I go here, I can get that gem, which would then give me a potion, but I can't use another potion. So like I could walk here and then there to get a level up. But that's 2 dice to get a level up. I could just level up both of them, which I'm going to do. Cleric with this, rogue with that. And I should be calculating my health up to 20 at this point. And that's all my dice. So I look and see how much damage I'm dealing to the Watcher. So Watcher has a max of 28, but is weak against wizards. So I'm automatically with this top section at 25 because 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus an additional 5 for the wizard is 25. I'm doing well, Fatal Paper Cut. I'm enjoying some Paper Dungeon. I'm clearly getting engrossed in it. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So I score 8 points and take 3 damage. And this is why I go so heavy into potions, is I like to avoid adding damage to the health track. So we've scored points for the monsters. Score that as we go. We have 6, 7, and 8. Then I score points for levels. That's why I bumped everybody up to 5. If one of them had been at 4, I would have scored 8. But at 5, they all score 11, or it scores 11 for me. Then crafting items. And crafting items is a little bit weird in that you count the number of spots you filled in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Minus 1, 10. Plus 1, 11. Plus 3, 14. I'm going to attack on this minus 3 right, or that actually gets calculated later. So 14. Gems, 30. Monsters, 19. Then I subtract for whatever level I've passed there. So I subtract 1. I did not die, so there's no negative there. And then I most definitely got 10 plus on the earn card here. So I got 6, but I also lost 3 here because this is a powerful starting ability. So 3 over here. Let's see. That's 21. 30, 60, 71, 85, 84, 97. Which is up there for my high score. I think for the game, I want to say I might have scored 98 at lunch, but I messed at work, but I messed up a tiny bit. And so that's a pretty fast gameplay at this point in time. That was 30 minutes that I've been streaming, and that included me talking about my drink. So, like I said, they have a campaign in this. Set that off to the side. Let's read B. And we'll pull out 3 new challenges or missions. So, go to 3 monster spots, 2 corner rooms, level up 1 hero to 6. I did not do that at all last time. Pull out 2, +2 when fighting against a monster. And craft whenever you get a hero to level 5. We're going to do +2 against a monster. Then, oh, that's a bummer. I guess technically I see both of these at the same time. Explore dungeon rooms or number of heroes you have up to level 5. Well, since this one allows me to craft when I get to level 5, I'm going to do that. So now, a little more story here. Badly wounded, the monsters of Dartima Fortress have fled to Bonk, City of Crystal, where civil law has broken down and monsters rule the streets. Hiding in the city catacombs by day, by night, monsters strike terror in the hearts and minds of the citizens, raiding homes and killing indiscriminately. A local guild, the Serpent's Brotherhood, has declared war against the monsters and promised a great bounty to whomever can rid the city of the oppressive demons. It sounds like a job for some heroes. The Minotaur has been seen prowling the catacombs, while the Chimera is also known to reside, and the Watcher's many eyes blink in the dark, waiting for an opportune moment. So some of the same monsters, but not all of the same ones. And then, so that way as we flip, and place our monsters out. That's, I think, a trickier path to follow, though. I guess come in here, go around over to here, it wraps. If I can hop, then it's not too bad. Otherwise, wrap and go up that way. Require a chunk of movement. Oh yeah, and I forgot to fill in. Hey, same as last time. Dark Cleric, Dark Die for Rogues. Ew. 2 damage immediately. So we have 1 die we can use to level up Cleric. We need to start leveling up Fighter. So we're going to start with that. Spending that die to do Fighter. Gets us another health. Then we're going to do potions with the other 2 dice. I'm not even going to go into the dungeon yet. less advantageous to do so this time. Plus, that gets me another level on my fighter. Let's grab a handful of dice. And roll again. One more damage. But this time I have potions for it. They really want me to get wizard levels, but I'm going to take a level of fighter. And let's see. I'd love to get a level of cleric. That's not doable right now. So I should be at 7. Alright, so then I'm going to craft twice with 2 other dice to get that level, so I can get that level of cleric. I've spent all 3 of my dice. Oh, nice. Yeah, Fatal, that is... I'm jealous of the fact that you have the Assassin's Creed game, or the board game for it. I am very interested in the Assassin's Creed board game, but that's a pretty penny for all of that. And it sounds like the expansions are also a pretty penny. So let's see. We need to move twice for sure. I can't use the clover to move, so I'm just going to use the black wizard hat to move twice. Cleric, I'm a level short on cleric, but that's okay by me. Let's work on the fighter sword. Now I'm going to bump up a level somewhere, but I think I'm actually going to do it in fighter, as crazy as that sounds, because that gives me a free craft, which allows me to complete that. I took a damage from a trap. Oh, cool. So there's a standee version coming out of Assassin's Creed, which honestly interests me because I don't paint much, which means that it's a lot of gray plastic. So standees isn't too bad. It's a little bit tricky to film, but that's about it. Shift those over so they're easier to see. Then I need to move for sure 2 more. Spend white cleric, so 1, 2. I get another level up. And a damage from a trap. Who do I want to level up? I think I'm at 9. This will take me to 10 once I decide who I want to level up. I can look and see, okay, rogue next, wizard last. So probably rogue. And then final one, I can move some more. Or I could level up rogue. Man, leveling... I mean, I could just go over here. Actually, that's not a bad plan. Move to... Get that gem. Defeat the monster. Get the gem. And set up, but I can do that later. Gem B is not going away. So, as I always do, like I said, I forget when I defeat a monster. I'm going to take rogue up another level. It's... Yeah, I would definitely recommend Paper Dungeons as a roll and write. Oh yeah, before I roll, gotta fight the monster. So Minotaur, I mean, minimum of 9, but that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I clearly get over that. Only have 1 damage to take. And then gems A and D go away. What I like about Paper Dungeons 2 is there's a fair amount going on in it. It's not like some roll and writes where it's really light. I have Deadly Doodles, which is another kind of dungeon crawling type 1, but that is much, much simpler. This one, you're kind of trying to balance everything at once. No damage. That's always good. Let's get a rogue level. Gets me a gem. Which gets me... what do I want to craft? Ooh, I'm going to want to do that. E and H. I want to actually craft the 3 potions. So that's first die. Second die, also I'm going to be a rogue level because I hit 5, which then allows me to craft an item, which gets me 3 potions. So I'm doing well health-wise now. Also, I should be at 13 total health. And now I feel like I should move or grab a wizard level. I don't have any additional wizard levels, so I'm going to grab a wizard level. I really am hoping here to roll some feet. So 1 damage, I roll the feet. The reason I want to roll the feet is 1, 2, 3. Killed another monster. Gain another gem. Level up another character. That's 1 die. Then, ooh. Maybe I could just go 1, 2, craft 1, 2. But he's getting rid of E. So I'm going to go 1, 2. I defeat that goblin. So this is round 6. So 3 points for completing that card. 2 corners of the dungeon. I haven't even touched a corner yet. I don't think I'm going to get that one. Hero to level 6. Because I should have 1, 2, 3 gems, 4 gems. 4 gets me a potion, allows me to craft. And I'm going to use Wizard's Hat to finish crafting that. It's -1 points, but allows me to take out 2 more monsters. That one gives me 2 more potions. This one gives me a crafting item, so... Oh, I didn't have that rogue to skip there. Well, I cheated. Next turn I will spend a die, no matter what. Even if I can't. Just because I did cheat. One of my dice automatically goes to that. And I do take 2 damage to pay for my sins. And then I move 3. 1, 2, 3. Crafting C. It's another gem. Then actually I'm going to spend a die and that crafting symbol there just because that seems fair. More fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There is a fair amount to keep track of in this game. So I spent a die, I moved 3. I mean, I might as well get my fighter to level 6 here. Because that does complete that objective, gives me 3 points, plus it's an additional point at the end of the game. So now, calculate for my Chimera here. We're going to lose E and H. I got E because I cheated. H is gone. I should have killed the monster in H if I'd been smart about it. So 10, 20, or 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 7 and 2 damage. Oh yeah, I'm probably off on my calculations of this. 11, 14, 15, 16. Yeah. You don't get any more points for having more health. You get your points from your hero levels in the hero section. Eesh. 2 more damage. This actually kind of sucks. Like, that's a bad roll for me. In that, okay, I can move 2. I mean, I'm going to take Wizard up a level because Chimera's gone. Wizard's up a level. I guess now I can ignore color. So I'll take Wizard up another level to 5, which allows me to gain that. That's 2 dice spent. Now I really need to move. So I'm just going to move twice like that for my 3rd die. Gives me nothing except 2 damage. Because traps, no matter what, gives you... Oh, I have a few empty hearts there. Huh? That is true. I will need to make sure I fill that in correctly. Oh, I was really hoping for some footprints there. Because now I have to spend, for sure, 2 dice to move. So I'll just, well, take a damage, fill in that empty heart, 2 dice, 1, 2. I do gain gem F. And that, plus killed another monster. So 2 levels up. I can ignore skulls now. Well, it's too late. Too late for that. but does put me in a better position. So that was the first move. Second move, down there, take a damage, gain a crafting to complete that. Now I have this or bandit thing to do. So I can use it, fill in 2 potions, go up there. That would give me 5 points. I could use it to go here, gain a crafting. So that's 3 points. It would give me +1 for crafting. I could just craft, which would give me 1. I can use it to move 2, kill that monster, gives me 2 points. Gets me to a corner, but I need to do 2 corners to score points. Oh, but that gives me... So I'm going to use it to level up my cleric. There's an open... Wow. Good point. I'm off by 1. Let me count the gems I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am cheating a lot this time, apparently. So is there any way that I could spend to potentially fix that? Oh. So, no to level 5. We'll go get our last 2 potions. Fill in that first dot. There. So I'm a level 4 cleric, not a level 5. But I'm in the correct spot there. So now we fight the Watcher. So 6, 7, plus 10, 17, plus 4, 21, plus 5, 26, 27, 28, 29. So 8 points there, 3 damage. Just for you, Fatal. That's going to hurt. I apologize. And now, scoring. So levels, 8, because that one doesn't count. Oh, 9, because I have one at 6. Crafting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Plus 7, 19. Gems, 25. Monsters, 12. 0, 0. I lose 1 for there. I'm at 4 there, so 3. Definitely did not get that last one. Sorry, I had to. And let's add it up this time. See where we're at. See if we did better than last time. I don't think we did. Last time's was just really good. I got so many points on gems. Though this time I got more points on crafting. So 21, 30, 49, 74, 80, 95 points. So close, but not quite as good as last time. And that's the first 2 chapters of, I think, a 12 game campaign that you can do. It's just a little bit of a story. If you don't want to play the campaign, you can just shuffle this up, pull one out. You don't need to read the story. Makes it simple enough to do. And you do always start from the bottom here where you have your doors. And you can see how, well, you can kind of see, you can see how different these two maps are. Like this one is much heavier into crafting, or at least crafting things that like give me more points. Levels, I actually ended it at the same. This one should be filled up to 20 there. Potions. Oh yeah, forgot to fill in the circles, forgot to take. Oh, no. Potions, I had more over here. But over here, I got more gems, I believe. Yeah, I have 30 points in gems. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gems. 7 gems versus 6 here. And I missed out on points from the missions as well. But I really enjoy this roll and write. Let me pop back up here and quickly, as I chat, yeah, if you want a roll and write that doesn't have too much to it, but has more than your standard roll and write, I'll probably keep on saying it, but this is a really good one. And you can see a number of different monsters here. Like we have level 3s, we have the Watcher, Dragon, Lich, Hydra. I haven't even faced all of these yet in 7, 8 games now. Giant, Chimera, which fought Vampire, Elemental, and it's fun to kind of be competing for these rewards as well. Mummy, haven't fought him yet. Gargoyle, Golem, I don't think I've fought yet. Minotaur. So you can see the one thing for sure that they do is they never give you a monster who is weak against the same thing in a single game. So you're always facing off against a monster who has a different weakness, which forces you to level up different characters, at least if you want to do well. However, I mean, you look down here at that gem track, you can get 48 points on gems. That's a ton of points on gems if you ignore leveling up in well, if you ignore probably fighting monsters. So if your only goal is gems, that's certainly an option. You can keep these sheets out so I remember to record my score. But that is Paper Dungeons. And this is a better roll and write than Alley Cat Games' other roll and write, which is Cat Cafe. That has a nice little die drafting element to it, but not amazing. I have a little bit of cream soda left, so that back up there. Top this off. And this is a Minnesota brand cream soda. They have a birch beer as well. So it's kind of like a root beer, but a little bit more mild. Really enjoyable. Now, let's pop back to the table here. Okay, I had the direction, my address is on there. So, we'll just cut this open real fast. Well, safely, but quickly. And let's see what is shipped in. I know what's shipped in, but I wanted to, well, show it off upside down. Show it off. Canvas and reflections. I like it how they have little, like, these are not on the box themselves. These are stickers that are on top of the shrink. And the reason for that is you have little picture hanging slots for both of these. So I'm excited for this one. It's supposed to be a simple-ish game. Pop this one open here. Simple-ish game where you are making pictures, and to do that you have cards. Actually, I'm going to pop both of these open. Cards and card sleeves, I believe, that you layer in like transparent cards, except for where they have like their piece of the image. I've actually heard, I believe, solid things about this expansion too. I didn't really want to Oh no. Are you serious? Is there film on the freaking cards? I already like beat up my fingers on Kohaku. So this actually slides out. I like that for the box. Whole bunch of things here. Little tokens. Cards. There's no film on this. Oh. Of course you're giving me a heart attack. Oh, and a little cloth playmat. But as the cards overlap, you get images like that. I'm now gonna like triple check. I don't see any film on this, so unless there are other cards, these just look like normal cardboard cards. So I'm assuming that was revenge for me filling in. Okay. If it was revenge, it was not intentional revenge. Good to know. And now I'm going to one last double check for you. Yeah, no film. So we have that. These are going to be the card sleeves that you put your 3 different cards in. Then you have your different scoring objectives as well for this game. But what I think is going to be fun about this game is you can decide whether or not you want to go for a ton of points and really focus on playing the game for the sake of getting points, or if you want to play the game for having fun artwork. Let's just see what's in this one. These are nice boxes too. I'm not going to put them up on the wall, but they're cool boxes. So you have some more bags, more scoring cards, more pictures. I believe that these pictures... Oh, those pictures I think will fit in the main box, but... this flips. So like I could have a picture, these two are on top, that is entitled Lost Giant, or if it works better scoring this way, I could have it as Colossal Direction. I'm excited to get this one to the table. I love these clear cards. This replaces, I think with the stuff it adds, it replaces the main board. And Fatal, do you have Kohaku? The fish game? The one that comes with like acrylic tiles? Because that might be what you're thinking of for removing all sorts of horrible things. And that was horrible to peel off those. Best in Show and Masterpiece. Don't know what those are. I'm assuming some point thing some way. And now, I'm going to actually... as much as it pains me to say this, I wonder if it is possible to get everything into one box. Though, like, do I want to get rid of that box art? I don't think so. Nor do I want to get rid of that box art. So... I mean, probably just keep both of them. I don't think you'd be able to get it all into one. And, I mean, this is just gorgeous. I almost feel like I need to hang it on the wall. Like, how do you have something this pretty and not put it on the wall? Oh, Hate Head Film, Edge of Darkness, and Dead Reckoning did not. Mystic Veil maybe does. Yeah, it's interesting because, like, I have Gloom, or had Gloom, that has those see-through cards, and that did not have film, and that is an older game than a lot of them. So it's interesting that maybe some of the newer ones still use film for those translucent cards. Kohaku, pull it out here because, well, one, this is another game where the pieces are a work of art. Also, a game has a really dumb score mat. So this middle part matters, but I want to get rid of that top part completely for scoring. But Kohaku, with these beautiful tiles that you can see kind of has layers to it. Gorgeous game. There was film on the front and the back. I was watching Glory Hound videos. So Glory Hound is another YouTube channel that does a ton of board game stuff. That's actually how Fatal and I know each other, is through that channel. But I think I watched like 2 of their videos about 2.5 hours worth to get the film off, and like the tips of my fingers, like these fingers, were just destroyed at the end of it. Gorgeous game. I would not. So they're coming out with a new version that has cardboard tokens. This one is worth the money. Price point for like retail price that I got it for. I understand why they don't want to make more of it because it is expensive for a pretty light game. But oh my goodness, that was... I haven't played board games where I put stickers on stuff before. And I can imagine trying to line up stickers perfectly on meeples for hours. And that's what peeling everything off of Kohaku, to me, mentally, I think that's what it was like. But with that, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed this. If you have, please consider giving the video a thumbs up. If you want to know when I go live, you can subscribe and click the notification bell. And I do other stuff. I write articles daily over on nerdologist.com. I have a Marvel podcast, 10 Minute Marvel, that you can check out. The links for those are down in the description, I believe. I'm not sure that there's a link for the 10 Minute Marvel podcast, but you search that on iTunes, Google Podcasts, stuff like that, you'll be able to find it. So thank you everybody for watching. Thank you to the people who have been able to join live and to be in chat. And see you next time, and bottoms up.